In Oyo State, members of Organised Labour have protested against what they described as deduction in workers' salaries and a review of pension benefits. The workers in their numbers stormed the entrance of the state secretariat in Agodi, barricading the road and leaving motorists stranded. Olaido Yewole has details.
In their hundreds, the workers stormed the frontage of the secretariat as early as 7 a.m., forcing security agents attached to the facility to shut the gate. The protest is in response to the 4 days ultimatum issued to the Oyo State government by the unions to address their pressing demands.
Civil servants are not being paid their pension.
The unions are demanding the payment of salary deduction arrears and subsequent payment of full salary, palliatives of workers, and upward review of pensions, among other demands.
And apart from that, promotion 2020, 2021, all of them outstanding. Leave bonus for 2020, 2021, all outstanding. Series of issues which we have enumerated and sent to him. But all our letters we've been writing to him for the past 2 months, none of them are getting reply.
As I speak with you, we have unpaid gratuities from the year 2014 to date. As I speak with you, we have pensioners that are earning 350 naira per month, not 350,000.
The labor unions also vowed not to relent until their demands are met.
Many a times, a lot of misgivings has been given to our thoughts, our demands. We've been misrepresented, misquoted. So we want to see him to clear the air.
In his reaction, Special Advisor to Governor Makinde on Labour cleared the air on some of the issues. He said the government has cleared 4 months deduction payment out of the 6-month arrears.
Because there was a time we were owing them deduction arrears. We had 6 and 4 has been paid since last week. So I wonder why anybody will now go on the streets for something that you have already received. And when we are talking of a review of pensions, this government met several areas of entitlements on ground, which we have cleared. Some people are claiming that someone reviewed pensions for them sometime. That person never paid. It's this government who came in and started paying the reviews they got then.
Mr. Sodo also advised residents and workers of the state not to be misled by the leadership of the labor unions, as the government remains committed to ensuring the welfare of workers in the state. Olaido Yewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
I'm joined now by Special Advisor to the Oyo State Governor on Labour Matters, Bayo Titilola Sodo. Thank you for joining us. So I heard your submission in that report as to what government has done. But what these workers are saying is that government has some outstanding bonuses. There's arrear deduction in their salaries, unpaid pensions and gratuities, and the fact that they've written governments for months without reply. Has there ever been, a sit down between government and the aggrieved workers in this regard?
Thank you very much. The government and workers have always, we've always had interactions. The last engagement took place on June 5, and that's not 2 months. And at that engagement, a committee was set up to look at all issues concerning workers' welfare in Oyo State. And the meeting was at the instance of His Excellency, the Governor of the state. It was the governor who invited the labor leaders for a meeting. And that was immediately the subsidy was removed. Having realized that the removal of the subsidy is bound to create some suffering to the populace, His Excellency invited them to a meeting. And at that meeting, a committee was set up at which representatives of labor and some government representatives too, to arrive at a new minimum wage for them in view of the removal of the subsidy and whatever palliatives might be necessary. And at that, even before that meeting, immediately the subsidy was removed. The Oyo State government increased the number of buses that service the workers of Oyo State. We have buses that take workers from various zones to the secretariat and return them to the bus stops nearest to their houses in the evening. The number of the buses was increased from 8 to 12, and the number in the past it was a trip per day. The government increased it to 2 trips per day, and they are taken free of charge. And that committee was set up. The committee has not concluded its sittings. We have got nothing yet from the committee. So I wonder why all this.
So, Mr. Soto,
It
what
is
you are
true.
addressing right now is government intervention, aftermath, full subsidy removal. But are you saying that there is no substance to the concerns and demands of the workers in the area of unpaid pensions and gratuities and what they call deductions in their salaries?
Now, we're talking of deductions. We had an arrears of 6 months, and we have paid 4 out of the 6 remaining 2. And I believe by the end of this, the next month, which is because today is the 31st of July, by the end of August, we are bound to offset the remaining 2.
What about pensions and gratuities? Some say they haven't been paid as far back as 2014.
You see, can you imagine? Ever since this government came into office, we have not owed anybody pension arrears. In fact, the pensioners get their alerts on the same date. In fact, the pensioners get paid before the active workers. I'm a pensioner too in this state, and I get my pensions on the 25th of every month, just like any other pensioner. What they are saying is that the pensions has not been reviewed. If you are having problems paying what you have now, do you go on to income more? This government will not just award you something that the government will not be able to pay. That will be raising a false hope. If you are earning 2,000 naira, and I even wonder how they can claim that somebody is earning 35 naira or whatever. Because according to them, this thing was reviewed in 2014. As at 2014, the minimum wage in Nigeria was 18,000 naira. So how come a review that has now left somebody with 350 naira? Whoever said that is being misled with the truth. This is the same people praising us after we came. We are not owing anybody pensions. Gratuities we started paying. We have committed about 21 billion naira to the payment of gratuities. Of course, the arrears are still there because it was not touched for 8 years.
All right.
We came and started offsetting from behind.
Okay, so it is from the protest, Mr. Soto, because we have to go now. It's obvious that all is not well between the workers and government. There's something they want. Hopefully,
I don't want to believe that.
I
don't want to believe that. The thing is, I believe some mercenaries have been planted in Oyo State to foment trouble. We have people who purport to be leading labor in Oyo State who are not workers of Oyo State, who are not working anywhere in Oyo State.
It's your word against theirs. We hear from them as to these new allegations that you have raised. Special advisor to the governor on labor matters. I'm afraid that's our time. Mr. Bayo Titilola Sodo, thank you so much for talking to us.